So I just started breaking up the material in the worm in, and it's like concrete on top. Even if I watered it, or seen I watered it yesterday, it shouldn't be like this. But I haven't watered it lately, and that's the problem. I guess with the worm in, you have to constantly keep watering it. It's chunky where the coffee grounds are. It seems I haven't gone down into the compost yet, but just the top stuff is breaking off in chunks. And as you can see, that's one chunk of coffee grounds, some newspaper, I don't see any banana peels where I put in, but all of this is just chunks of where the coffee grounds are. Stuff below it looks nice, where the compost is. So I'll mix this up, and I have to get more water. I used the water that I had inside, because I have a few buckets of water, and use that up watering the cardboard and letting that soak. Well, after stirring this up, lots of dry material on top, but there's some nice brown fluffy compost underneath here. So I'm mixing this up, and the worms will come up to the top and eat some of this once it gets wet enough, which it isn't right now. This is all dry on top, so I'll have to wet it down and then let this set for a few weeks, and then give it some cardboard then. Instead of doing it right now, I want some of this broken down. But yeah, that's you've got to keep your worm in moistened quite a bit. You can't let it dry out like I've done. I didn't think it dried out this much, but keep the top moistened, and the bottom and the middle of it is nice. There's still moisture there. It's just the top that dried out. So it was 71 degrees outside. Decided to go out and weed the backyard. Finally got that whole thing finished. It took probably over an hour or something, but at least that's done. Another day I'll clean it up. And just sat out there on the front porch for over an hour, just listening to what was going on, you know, in the neighborhood. From my house, I can hear downtown if it's quiet enough, and I didn't hear much going on at all. If there was anything, you know, usually down at the bars, I can hear the bands playing Friday and Saturday nights if they're loud enough, and the sound travels all the way to me, which is at least over a mile. I can hear those. And so while I'm sitting out there, the two younger girls that live down the street, probably 8, 9 years old, they're walking up the sidewalk singing "What Does a Fox Say?" That's so comical listening to them. I'm going, yeah, I see adults on YouTube singing it, but having these kids come up singing and then changing the lyrics and stuff on it, that, you know, it was funny to me, you know. But yeah, it's a little bit windy out. Not too bad. And so that was at least my morning. Nothing exciting, you know. It needed to be done. Glad it got done. Another day, I'll rake up some of the leaves that are in the driveway and put that around my rose bush, as I did last year for mulch. I put a big pile around it, and come springtime, I'll put some of the peat moss that the worm's been working around it too. I haven't showed you the peat moss bin yet, but that might be today, and maybe another day. I have to dig it out because there's stuff in front of it from moving it from the where I was cleaning it out in the living room. There's stuff there, so that might be another day. It's just cardboard and stuff, but it needs to be broken down and thrown into bins to get ready for all these new bins that I'm making. So I forgot to mention that I saw 2 butterflies outside when I was sitting on the porch. Seems really late in the year for butterflies to be even out, you know, with the cold nights that we've been having, you know, below 30, you know, 27, 28 degrees. So that's interesting to see them survive this late in the season. You know, they should be hibernating, or, well, they don't hibernate, but you know, they don't come until spring. You know, they shouldn't be out this late. So this has been a short vlog. Not really much has been happening. You know, hopefully tomorrow will be a little bit better. We'll see. So thanks for watching, and yeah, and that's it. I wish there was more going on.